You may be prepared for a natural disaster like an earthquake, storm, or power outage, but what if something happened that required you to leave your area in a hurry? Where would you go? In this video, we'll look at some basic locations that would be your best bet in various escape scenarios. Ready.gov is a good place to start for basic help in getting prepared for any kind of disaster, but there are some things they're not likely to tell you for legal reasons. For example, people who live near an ocean or large body of water would be better off knowing where the highest elevation is in their area. However, if you don't have any supplies like shelter, food, or water, then you don't want to just go to the highest elevation. You'd be better off going to a ski resort or national park. Skiresort.info is a good place to start for this. Start by selecting the continent that you live on at the top of the page, then select your country and state or region. And once you've narrowed this down to your area, you can list the resorts by elevation. At the top of the page, just below the region selection, where it says change sorting method, you can choose highest ski resorts. This will list all the ski resorts in your area, starting with the highest elevation first. For example, if we wanted to look at the highest ski resorts in New York, we scroll down to the numbered list. The highest ski resort in New York State is Whiteface. The elevation is shown in meters. First, it gives the difference in height at that resort, and in parentheses, the lowest to highest elevations there. It says Whiteface has an elevation range starting at 371 meters and reaching a height of 1,340 meters. You can translate those meters into feet easily by doing a Google search for how many feet is 1,340 meters. This tells us that 1,340 meters is equal to 4,396 feet. You can also choose the map view to show all the locations for your state or area. This is good for finding the closest location to you. For example, if you were in New York City, Whiteface would be a long drive. When you scroll over a location on the map, it'll show the elevation. For those in New York City, Hunter Mountain would be the best bet, reaching 975 meters or 3,198 feet. Personally, I would look for a place that is at least 600 meters or 2,000 feet, but you can find what works best for you. The next best place would be the state or national park. If you're in the US, Wikipedia has a page that lists US national parks by elevation. Just scroll down to find your state flag for the highest elevation national park in your state. You can also use the free version of Google Earth Pro to search for locations by elevation. In the sidebar, scroll down to Layers and make sure Terrain is checked. Then put your mouse cursor on any place on the map and the elevation should appear in the bottom right corner. You can use the search box at the top of the sidebar to search for state parks in your area and then look at their elevation using this method. You can also look up an elevation map for your area. This is an elevation map for the United States. There are elevation maps for every area. You may want to keep a physical map of your area because internet sources may not be available during a disaster. It's better to have a route already planned out ahead of time as well as alternative routes to your bug-out location. The next thing you may want to be aware of is volcanoes. You may want to avoid them depending on the disaster. This is a map of volcanoes in the United States. You can find a volcano map in your area as well as recommended distances to stay away from them if they were to erupt. Another thing to consider is the 100-mile border zone. In the United States, the border exception rule basically suspends constitutional rights within 100 miles of any border. This map shows the 100-mile border zone in the United States. You may want to get out of this zone during a disaster. If you can't make it to a national or state park and there are no ski resorts nearby, then another option is federally owned land. This is a map of land in the United States that is owned by the federal government. Often, these lands are vacant, natural habitats and may be a better option than a foreign, chaotic neighborhood. You can also look up the elevation of these areas on Google Earth Pro. Other considerations may be earthquake zones, forest fires, tornadoes, hurricanes, and nuclear fallout zones. I hope this was helpful. For more information on the Bible's prediction of an asteroid impact, see indigoflower.net.